so exciting.
Thank you so much.
Well, this is a subject and a topic that's so needed right now. And I know many things come to you. Tell me how this was born.
I was thinking a lot about this. Actually, was something I started thinking about a few years ago, and I was thinking about what was on TV and the stories that I was excited telling. And I went to Epic Magazine and my friend Josh Bearman, who was one of the founders, and said, "What if we did a series where every episode is a different immigrant story?" And that's really all we started with. And he lit up and said, "I've been looking to do a series of first-person photo essays. What if we did it about immigrant stories?" We started doing about immigrant stories, and we started collecting stories. We're collecting stories from his girlfriend's mother's friend and from a community center here and all over the country. All these stories started coming to us, and we started kind of going through them and saying, what are the stories from this larger selection that we actually want to dramatize and turn into episodes? And I started thinking about people I wanted to collaborate with, and I went to Alan Yang, who created Master of None. That was one of the inspirations for the show. I went to Kumail and Emily, who had done The Big Sick, who are friends of mine, and it was a movie that touched on immigration, that touched on assimilation, and I just basically chose my dream team of people for this show, and then everyone said yes. And then all of a sudden I got to work with all my friends who I've been wanting to work with forever.
I have to say, so far, the stories that I've heard coming down the carpet right now, I want to see every single one of them.
Please, yeah.
How did you even, I know you had a great team, but just like figuring out the stories and what to choose, I'm sure there's so many. What were the things that was really the thing that you had to pick out in your head and go, okay, this is the ones we want? Because I'm sure there were many stories, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we narrowed it down initially from 50 to 8. And I think when you're doing it, you're looking for, at least for me, I was looking for universal stories, universal themes. Like everyone wants to fall in love. Everyone wants a better home. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what skin color you are or what country you're from or if I understand what language you're speaking. I think that if the show works at all, it's that people get to see themselves in these characters that are not like them. And I don't think there's enough television that celebrates diversity and that tells stories that are just human stories. And again, these are not woe is me immigrant stories, and these are not also stories of like successful immigrants. I mean, there are some of both, but I don't. The narrative should not be that every immigrant is exceptional, and the narrative should not be that every immigrant is struggling. And even within the struggle, there's comedy, and even within the successes, there's comedy. And I think more than anything, we're just trying to tell deeply personal stories that hopefully resonate with people.
I can only say congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations. And I want you to just give one sentence or whatever you want to say, why people need to watch this show now.
Well, I mean, you say, yeah, no. People,
It's your turn.
I think we took a lot of time, and I think that these stories are really valuable. And I think when you see yourself in someone else that is not like you, I think it opens up conversations. And I think that this type of art is really worthy of this time right now.
I appreciate you so much, and thank you so much. I can't wait to see it. Thank you. I don't know where to begin. I wish I had hours to talk with you. As a producer, you get so many things. Can you please share with me, what was it about this? Why did you guys want to do this particular storyline?
It felt like exactly the right time to be telling these stories. I think, the premise of the show is very simple. We're just interviewing people and talking to them about their lives and then creating a half-hour narrative around that. But somehow, just telling human stories in this climate about immigrants feels very radical and I think powerful. And I'm very grateful to be able to do this and make work in television that feels meaningful.
And seeing all these stories and getting these stories in, I'm sure many touched you in certain ways. What do you think doing this that you yourself came away with, with this whole process? There was one thing that you felt, wow, that was something.
The process of making the show almost just highlighted, because it's an anthology, every episode was totally different. We had to start from scratch every episode. And I think the challenges of going, not only do we need a Nigerian man who speaks Igbo, we need like 9 Nigerians who speak Igbo, like his friends and his family, and like, where are they? Like, oh, they're in New York. Oh my God, there's all these brilliant Nigerian actors in New York. Why aren't they in things all the time? So I think we just the process of making the show was, such an awakening for me in terms of like, we just need more faces on TV. We need more representation. Everybody should be able to look at media and see themselves reflected.
So please share with our audience the role you play in your episode.
Hi, I'm Jonas Corchado, and I'm playing Marisol on The Jaguar, episode 2 of Little America.
When you got the script, what were your thoughts of this idea of being an immigrant? What is your version of being an immigrant?
I need to do it, one, and I need to do it right. And I have to, more than reading the script, learning the story of Reina Pacheco, which is who the story is based on. I took her picture. I watched her documentary, and I took her picture and I put it on my phone the whole time. And it was kind of a reminder of like who I'm doing this for. And she's just one of the millions of people, immigrants, who come to this country with a dream or discover the dream. Because I think that a lot of people are not allowed to dream in other countries or can't, or don't have the resources. I think me coming from Puerto Rico, I could have never pursued this career over there. I could have never made a living off of acting. So coming to this country, it's the beautiful thing that it offers. And I think, we have to remember that it's the beautiful things that we find here and the unity and what makes us special once we're all together here.
What do you learn about yourself? If there's one thing you learned or two things you learned about you, what would that have been?
Two things? Oh, I thought you said two for some reason. No, I think one, I think the biggest thing that I learned was that I love athleticism and I love challenges. I love feeling that I need to do something fast and I have to just get it done and I have to give my 100%. So when the opportunity was there, I just took it and I became the Jaguar that I needed to become. And so that's one thing that I definitely learned. I was like, wow, I was impressed by my optimism and then, of course, being guided by the amazing Aurora Guerrero, which is the director. I was like, okay, let's just have fun. I think that was, I think I said one, right? But yeah, just that. And I think the other, if I could say another one was, I think there's something about me that I really respect. It's my empathy towards others and being able to work with people from the urban program, actual kids that use this program to better their lives. I think that was probably one of the best experiences, and just being able to be a part of that and using my voice for something stronger and bigger than me. I think that was probably the best thing about this experience. I think going back to seeing those kids and hearing and knowing that some of them don't even have a meal or they have to hustle and they barely can, I think that was the hardest thing that I saw, that I was like, wow, because you see things, you know that people have problems, but being in that experience and seeing that type of poverty, and I think that people don't realize, it's like, you don't choose to be poor. You don't choose to be poor. You don't choose. You've been like so many people. No, so many people are hustlers, and so many people want to get out of that, want to work hard. Reina, she worked hard. The mom worked hard. Everyone is working hard to make a living and to follow their dreams. And I think that in the world, we need more empathy and understanding.
I'm excited about the show. I'm excited that you're in it and you're excited to bring a voice to this. So social media, one more time, so people can find you, follow you, and stay in touch with this lovely actress.
Thank you very much. It would be at Jonas Corchado. So it's at JearnestCorchado.